popote ulipo mashinani, tunataka uinuke maishani. Kuna mpango murwa kukusaidia, fedha zimetengewa kukusaidia. Esp.
It is 2009 and the world economies are experiencing a meltdown. Kenya, having emerged from post-election violence 2 years earlier, is plunged into national economic decline, which resulted in a slowing down of the economy to a trifling 1.7% in 2009 compared to the 7.1% at the end of 2007. Against this backdrop of global and national economic challenges, a good idea is mooted by the government on how to jumpstart the economy. It was then that the 22 billion shillings Government Economic Stimulus Program (ESP) was announced by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Uhuru Kenyatta in his first budget at Treasury last year, titled Overcoming Today's Challenges for a Better Kenya Tomorrow. The ESP idea was implemented in the wake of the global economic downturn that had some far-reaching impact on our economy, resulting in declined exports, which led to slow domestic economic activity in key areas such as agriculture and tourism. The local economy has the potential to achieve significant growth if urgent, specific measures are instituted to ensure investment growth, wealth, and employment creation. The indicators of success expected will be observed in specific areas of food security and diversification, wealth and employment creation, and investment in human capital development. This program lays great emphasis in the youth who possess great unexploited potential in selected economic activities across the country. In his keynote address, the President noted the importance of the agricultural sector in delivering the intended 10% annual economic growth.
Katika nchi Kenya hii yetu vile tulivyo, majority ya watu wote wale wanafuga ng'ombe, wanafuga kila kitu. Tuko na shida hii ya mvua na tuko na mpango wa kusaidia, na tunasaidia kulinda maji, na maji hii yote katika Kenya mzima tunalinda. Na tulikuwa hivi leo hapa tunaangalia mpango huu mpya ya kulinda maji sawasawa, ndipo tulime sawasawa.
The socio-economic challenges we face today as a nation have been addressed by the government that was inspired by the need to establish long-term incremental growth incentives.
Hii ndio sababu serikali imetenga pesa maalum ya kufufusha hii miradi.
This government program focuses on key sectors that will generate maximum benefit, restore confidence of Kenyans, and assist the business community to overcome the difficult economic environment and further protect the livelihoods of the poor and create employment for the youth.
The stimulus program was outlined in our budget 2009-2010 under the theme of overcoming our social economic challenges that are currently facing our country. This program was designed to be a high-impact program, expected to stimulate economic activity by creating employment opportunities and also supporting entrepreneurial activities as the basic building blocks for a healthy and educated population.
The key components of the economic stimulus program are the food component that was split into two and implemented by the following two ministries. The Ministry of Agriculture led in the planting of maize and rice. The first phase of this project has been highly successful and has surpassed the set targets. The ministry worked closely with other ministries, Water and Irrigation, Regional Development Authorities, and Ministry of Youth Affairs. Fish farming is fast becoming an economic activity in many parts of the country, including areas where fish farming was previously not practiced.
I have quite a good array of farmers. Our production is, we are talking about doing close to about 1 million fingerlings on a given month.
The Ministry of Fisheries Development took the role of constructing and providing fingerlings to 25,760 fish ponds countrywide by December 2010.
The government is assisting the farmers to come up with a pond, stock the pond with quality seeds, and feed the fish for at least 8 months, which is one production period.
By May this year, they had achieved a half of this target in terms of construction and had managed to stock 15% of it. Each constituency received 8 million shillings, and it is estimated that this initiative has created 120,000 new jobs in the rural areas. A similar number of fish ponds will be constructed in the second phase.
We have got a very big shortage of fish, and the global statistics show that maybe if we continue doing what we are doing, we will only be able to meet the global demand maybe by 2050. So the marketing opportunity is there, not only locally, but also abroad. In fact, one fish farmer who has already started just told me he already had some inquiries from as far places as Zambia.
This is aimed at addressing food security in the country with a view of making Kenyans have more access to white meat, which is healthier in comparison to red meat that we are used to. In the education sector, to address shortages of teachers and create centers of excellence at the constituency level by rehabilitating and upgrading 2 primary schools in each constituency with water harvesting facilities, construct 1 secondary school to a national school level as centers of excellence per constituency, or to upgrade existing ones to the same level. Recruit 50 primary and 10 secondary school teachers per constituency, as well as establish a 60,000 shilling tree fund for 20 primary schools in each constituency. In public health and sanitation, with a rising population and less investment in the expansion of public health facilities, congestion and lack of drugs has been witnessed throughout the country. The ESP has sought to tackle this issue by implementing a comprehensive program of healthcare reforms at a cost of over 4 billion shillings that involves the construction of a model health center and the recruitment of 20 nurses in each constituency. The construction is fully underway, while about 4,200 nurses have been hired. This will lead to a reduction of patients at provincial referral hospitals, besides creating jobs for the youth. Lack of drugs in public health facilities will be a thing of the past as from the 30th of June this year. Through the ESP program, deliveries of medical kits and vaccines worth 1 billion shillings have been procured. With the complete rollout of phase 1 of this program, it is envisaged that each constituency will employ an additional 20 nurses, be supplied with 5 motorcycles and 20 bicycles for community health workers. Marketing is an integral aspect of securing sales for good harvests. Having taken cognizance of this, the government has started constructing horticultural markets in 180 constituencies at a cost of 10 million shillings per constituency. This initiative aims at addressing missing markets in agricultural areas and to facilitate commerce, trade, and rural enterprise development. The government has commenced the construction of Jua Kali sheds in each constituency. This is an initiative that is being coordinated through the Ministry of Industrialization. Each constituency has received 2.5 million shillings for the construction of the sheds and an additional 1 million shillings to equip them. This will provide modern facilities for the youth in the rural areas and promote entrepreneurship. Irrigation farming now promises to be the way of the future after the first phase, undertaken through the Economic Stimulus Program, recorded a bumper harvest. The implementing ministries have surpassed the set target by over 10,000 acres for rice by planting 30,650 acres. The ministries are Agriculture, Water and Irrigation, Regional Development Authorities, and Youth Affairs and Sports. The current food component under irrigation, with a budget of 2 billion shillings, is designed to achieve 14,100 acres of maize and expected to produce 365,000 bags and 20,950 acres of rice that is expected to produce 628,500 bags. However, the target has been surpassed to 30,650 acres of rice planted. The program has seen an increase in dam reconstruction and rehabilitation and expansion of irrigable land in Bura, Hola, Tarda, Weiwei and the Kerio Valley.
This intervention came in handy for the food production sector of our economy. As all are aware, we've gone through very difficult times as a nation, with close to 10 million of our citizens faced with very serious and acute shortage of food.
As the government pursues these objectives through this ambitious program, the citizens are encouraged to give it all possible assistance and support so that we may attain our goals for Vision 2030. These economic stimuli will eventually lead to long-term impacts that will make our nation attain economic stability. The government has taken development closer to the people by creation of district headquarters at the constituency level in most areas across the country. This program has, however, lacked supporting facilities such as offices. The ESP has undertaken the construction of district headquarters through the Ministry of Internal Security and Provincial Administration, but being implemented by the Ministry of Public Works. By May 2010, 28 out of the 36 earmarked district headquarters had broken ground and construction works were at different levels. We are encouraged by a noble fact that Kenyans are known to be resilient, enterprising, hard workers, and an opinion poll once showed that we were the most optimistic people in the world. With such positive attributes, we should be able to guide this economic stimulus program to full bloom.
Huu mradi ukikamilika yenyewe utatusaidia kwa vile kama sisi wafanyabiashara tunahitaji vitu kama kivuli. Wakati mwingine huwa tunanyeshewa tukienda kwa masoko mbalimbali. Sasa huu mradi ukimalizika utakuwa umetusaidia kama kujikinga mvua hivi na hata pia jua.
We believe Kenyans will work hand in hand with the government towards building a prosperous, secure, equitable and economically stable Kenya. The national motto Harambee translates to "Let us pull together" by harnessing our collective skills and gifts to play our different roles in ensuring the attainment of our economic stimulus program for posterity.